Hello there and welcome to another tutorial. I do hope you're doing well. And today we're going to be looking at part 2 of Unit 17, which is to brush up on a couple of other important pieces of information when answering Bach chorales. So let's go over to the um, sharing the screen, and I wanted to outline a couple of things. In the first part of this video, it was fairly in-depth. I did cover quite a lot of information. And so if you have a chance to watch the first part prior to watching this video, that would be helpful. Something that's very important when thinking about Bach chorales is, especially when you see this kind of a piece in your textbook or in an exam, is that the rhythm that you want to follow when looking at a chorale should follow the text. So for example, if there's a possibility, let's say right here in bar 3 where you see there are two F sharps, it might not be recommended to, well, I would not suggest it at all actually, to put long notes underneath repeated notes, especially when the text is different. Because when we have chorales or choral music like this, something that's important is that all of the voices share the same text and change words at the same time. So basically, the rhythmic timing of the chord changes is the same for all four parts. So if we have text that moves and changes, then there should be some kind of change in the other voices. Of course, if you choose to have the same chord with an inversion, that's fine. Sometimes if you choose to have two different chords based on the harmonic language of where we are in the phrase, that also works as well. But the important thing is to not have sustained or long notes when there are changes in text, because when singing this material, it would sound really strange if we have the words sleep and here, and the melody sings sleep and, but everyone else sings sleep, it would just sound really weird. So that's something that's very important. Something that's also interesting too is when we have syllabic material, and you can see here where there's different notes on different syllables of the same word, and also there are some passing notes or non-chord tones included. I would not recommend harmonizing any of these, but just have the text move on the quarter note in this particular example. And then when a person sings the word holy in this example, holy name, please excuse my singing, holy name, you can hear how you use the same syllable for two different notes. But when the rest of the choir sings the other parts, they would harmonize nicely and the text would be consistent. So text is very, very important when looking at any of these examples. You can see here this long, sometimes we can tell if there's going to be a long syllable when there's a dash. And in this case, when the bass sings this, they would sing the word bless, but sing those two notes. So you can sometimes have moving parts, but it all follows what the text is and how it fits with the soprano. And so the thing you don't want to do is have long notes when text is changing. So that little tip, I'm sure, will be helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope that you have enjoyed this help, and I look forward to seeing you next time for another tutorial. Thank you, and take care.